Hello families, this is the third week of our revision of sound cards and high frequency words for grade 3. Grade 3 combines all of the words from grade 1 and from grade 2 and goes back over them to make sure that students have a really good base in those because those are very, very important to their reading success. So this week is les consonnes presque toujours silencieuses H et X. So that means the consonants that are almost always silent, the H and the X. So the H is considered silent pretty much all the time. You're going to get into, there's actually two different varieties of the H that they will learn about as they get on in their learning, but not at this point. So H is silent. And then we have the X, which is very, very often silent at the end of a word. However, it can make sounds, and so we're going to learn about the sounds that it can make. And it actually makes a different sound at the start of a word than it does at the end of a word. So at the start of a word, it says zzz, not unlike in English. So xylophone, or at the end of a word like lynx, it makes sort of a x sound, which is almost like a KS together. So let's take a look at things. So our sound cards, we have Hubert Hibou, who has his wing over his mouth because he is silent. And then we have Xavier Lynx, who demonstrates both sounds. Xavier, that Z sound at the start, and lynx at the end. So let's look at our little text. So our text for this week is a bande dessinée, which is a comic. Hubert Hibou et Xavier Lynx ne parlent pas beaucoup parce que les lettres qu'ils représentent sont presque toujours silencieuses. Dans la bande dessinée qu'ils ont écrite, les personnages parlent un peu plus. So that means Hubert Owl and Xavier Lynx don't speak a whole lot because the letters that they represent are almost always silent. In the comic below that they have written, the characters speak a lot more. So don't forget, those words that are in bold type are our words of the week. Aujourd'hui, Xavier et Hubert jouent à cache-cache lorsque tout à coup, ellipse. So today, Xavier and Hubert are playing hide and go seek when all of a sudden, Où es-tu? Said Xavier Lynx. Tu ne pourras jamais me trouver, ah ah ah, Hubert Hibou. Il est caché dans un arbre. So he says, you can never find me, ha ha ha, and he is hidden in a tree. For crac, boum. Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé? Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé? What happened? Ce pauvre Hubert, il est tombé du haut de l'arbre. Poor Hubert, he fell from the top of the tree. Fin. The end. It's a very, very quick comic. All right, let's go on over to our sight words and we'll revise those. They were, again, in the past text. So we have ne and pas. Those go together in French, but they aren't exactly side by side. They are for negation. So when you're saying the negative of something. So do you want some more food? Non, je ne veux pas plus de nourriture. So ne and pas usually have a word in between them, but they are used for saying no or not or any of the negation. Our next word is presque. Presque means almost. Then we have haut, which is high up. Lorsque. Lorsque is the other version of when. We've heard quand before. Quand is more when you're going to be like asking a question. Lorsque is when you're giving a story. So like, when I was going to the store the other day, lorsque j'allais au magasin l'autre journée. Yeah. So there's two versions of when in French. Then we have parce que. Parce que is because. It's two words, but they go together. Trouver. Trouver is to find. Aujourd'hui. They're very, very familiar with this word. It means today because it's written in our date every day. And then we have tu. which is you. And our little reminder of the reading strategy is identify the sounds that you know. So when they give the example of bateau, if you know that EAU is O, it's one of our first sounds learned because it's a vowel, then that can help you sound it out. So don't forget, you can always mute this video and go over the words and see if your child can say them. It's a great way to review and then see if they know what they mean. So like listening it through on the first try and listening to it, and then seeing if they can use those words and identify them and say what they mean. Okay, thank you.